I define contemporary as the situation when you encounter yourself sharing time and space with a multitude, but not necessarily belonging to it. Not because you are an outcast or an alien, but because your mind is not still. It wanders around the discrony of utopias and circles through chaos, trying to organize some valuable and reasonable concepts that might reconstruct the actions of society. In that same spirit, contemporary means thinking with no boundaries, reflecting in all of the sources and resources possible. Contemporary is to be smart, to be creative, to be fearless of the path of the unknown, to be unique, particularly in the way of approaching tasks that could help solve personal or social problems. I wonder what could add to a contemporary mindset that could strengthen and improve his or her driven system. Collaboration. Collaboration is a key for humankind. Just imagine this, hunting a mammoth, like 10 times the size of a human. It cannot be hunted by one person, so it needs to be hunted by a group. How did that group got together in order to defeat that giant beast or a saber-toothed tiger? Or how do you maintain fire when fire was some kind of deity in old times? Collaboration must be something that unites humans together. Collaboration increases creativity, skills, and it gives a sense of goals and purpose.
Yeah, often it's the case that you have one person in charge, like the conductor's in charge, or one person is leading the group. As much as I like that, because it gives you kind of as much control as you can over the orchestra, what it does mean is that often you will get the odd person who isn't as involved as you'd want them to be, or who isn't as sort of interested in the music as you'd want them to be. And I think if you start to take a more collaborative approach, which you can with music that isn't notated, which is why I quite like doing that sort of music, because when you're doing that you have to collaborate with other people, and you have to listen to other people's playing, and you have to be directly engaging with the music.
As human beings, we all want to work together. Now, whether that's in work or whether it's outside of work, people work better when they work together as a group. I've always been of the view, and the media industry can be a very tough industry at times, that you get the best out of people when they're working together, where everyone feels heard, where everyone feels that their contribution will add to the overall idea, but also where they feel that they have a chance to have their say. I've worked in lots of businesses that weren't collaborative, and it's always made me sad because those businesses never achieve what they want to achieve because people are busy fighting amongst themselves. I think it's always better when people are a unified unit working to a particular goal, rather than lots of people trying to work in their own different ways. So for me, collaboration is really important, and some of my friendships that have lasted 30 years have been because they're collaborations. Because my friends in my personal life, we work together, we look after each other, we take care of each other, and it's never about ego or judging or what someone's done. It's only ever about working together to try and get the best out of our lives, out of each other, and support each other.
When you work in a group, you foster trust, you build relationships, and you develop the intellect of most of the group just by speaking, just by communicating effectively. It helps enhance communication itself. It makes the group and task more efficient, and it develops leaders, and it gives practical and gives the sense of roles. So you have a structure, like a social structure in a small group when you collaborate.
The importance of those collaborations is that you have a defined kind of role. You don't step on each other's toes, and you kind of let each other do what you're really good at. And when you bring those elements together, and if you have the right mindset, it becomes really fantastic. There can be collaborations that are awful if you don't have the same vision or the same ideology.
Let's make a quick pause here. I'm certain that this subject is a mystery to solve in developing a collaborative performing team that is successful. How do you know when the ideology and vision will be interesting for a group? What it makes it important? And if it is, what are the actions that maintain a team performing in a productive rhythm? I could show footage for hours developing the technicalities of the answer. But to be fair, in this interview, I spotted what I consider a very minimalistic way of understanding the answer in a practical sense. So let's cut to the chase.
Work hard, be nice to people.
Personally, I would say that it's the current reality of right now, something that's fresh, that's being made, that's just been done. The very recent past to present. So I think when I think about contemporary art, I think about things that were made kind of that year, and really relevant.
I think that for collaborating, you should pick a topic in the sense that everybody understands. Like if you say art, or if you say music, or if you say poetry, then everybody would be excited to do it. So when you get that excitement going on, it's gonna be just synergy. Everybody will just be happy to do it.
Be honest, be good at taking critique, don't get angry, listen, always listen.
Everyone feeling comfortable to have a view, everyone feeling that they can have that view. It's about whatever your role within a hierarchy or an industry or a friendship group, that all of the people in that group feel that they can make a contribution. And the most important thing is that we talk lots today about safe space, but it is very much about everyone feeling like they can say what they're feeling. Because if people don't, then you don't get true collaboration. And sometimes everyone has to leave their ego at the door. They have to just step away, and sometimes in a room you're not the expert. And if you create a collaborative environment, then people who are the experts or have the knowledge or have experience or have life experience of something like that, they feel that they can step forward. And that way you get the best result.
Over the course of this year, I took the task to collaborate in more projects than I have ever done in a 12-month time lapse. From construction, to fashion, to music, to just being a support member. All of this, besides being genuinely excited for others' projects as well as mine, I would like this film serves as a reference in the definition of how collaboration is made. I selected this topic to be the outline of all of my future projects. For this reason, being a graphic designer with an interest in training in artistic media, I developed a minimal experiment to determine the success of a group task. Art activity in the outdoors. I invited some of my classmates to test collaboration. The activity consisted in explaining basic guidelines to paint first one image together for 1 hour, then commenting on each other's work and having a fast learning session with each teammate. Short resting break, then a second painting selecting your own image and lasting 30 minutes. After that, we had some reflections and gave this activity closure. We all felt it was a success. Even externals were interested in it. I would recommend in any field at any time to collaborate with anyone in any project. And speaking of the future, related to computers and related to technology, collaborating among us as persons, among us as humans, will help us develop the new skills that are going to be needed for the new jobs that are going to be created, the new way of constructing, the new way of developing, the new way of placemaking, the new way of just having fun. Even having fun is going to be a new system. So we need to collaborate more. I want you to watch the movie again, and every time you hear collaboration, in your mind, change it to contemporary, and vice versa. Every time you hear contemporary, swap it for collaboration. I found that in practice, they work as one. Try it and see why I think collaboration is and always will be contemporary.